Did you see that NattyNat is almost rank 1 in Korea? I did. When is that going live? When is that going live? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this sucker. He's 2 wins from rank 1. 2 fucking wins from rank 1. Bro, 2... You know what the win streak he's on? Look at this match history. Oh my god. What the fuck? What is that win streak? He just hit fucking gold, gold, gold. Look at that skyrocket from the 11th... The 11th... The third... The second, the third... To almost rank 1. That is crazy business. Crazy business. Are you in Tokyo? Yes, I'm in Tokyo. It's currently 6 p.m. This is fucking great. World starts basically like 2 or 3 hours ago. So the energy levels are fucking peak. I've also got this fat ass Tibers that I'm gonna kick the shit out of if I start losing my hair. That motherfucker's gonna... They put it there for decoration, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of that thing. Alright, there's a new League of Legends cinematic. Look at Velja's match history. Velja. 1.1. Nice. He's got 185 games of Sylas in the offseason. And he's going to have 0 games of Sylas in the LEC next year. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. He's going to have 0 games of Sylas next year. And he's going to have 40,000 in solo queue. Nice. Bro, why is he playing Camille and Caedrel and Fior? Oh, he's winning. How did you lose to Velja Fiora mid? Jesus. What's happened to the server? I need to come back to League. I need to show these kids who's boss. There's a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. Should we just start with Reddit? 1 year ago, Faker turned around T1's fortune in Game 4 of the World Final 2024. In 24 hours, he will compete for his 8th World Final for a chance to win his 6th title for a 3-peat. You know how people say, who's the next Faker? I feel like there just is no next Faker. It's just not going to happen. The only time anyone can enter that is it the next Faker conversation is if they do fucking... No, they can't. It's impossible. I've decided. As a pro player, I've never pushed myself purely for career achievements. I simply find competition and victory to be fun. That's what motivates me. I always want to show my best to help the fans who support me and to inspire them. That's why I keep striving. Jesus. Jesus. Alright, apparently... Okay, we'll go through these at random pace, okay? Inspired is chosen to join Leon. He's left FlyQuest. Bussin's left FlyQuest. FlyQuest has lost half their roster already. And he's joined Leon. I don't know why he's joined Leon. Maybe they just dropped a fucking mega bag. Or they've got a monster roster. I don't know what their roster is. But right now they have Saint. And apparently a lot of the... Lion? Sorry, Lion. A lot of the what the fuck's it called? A lot of the people are saying that Lion has a mega budget and they're gonna build a super team. Right now they have Saint, who apparently was really, really good. I mean, he was on DK, wasn't he? So, I mean, he's born to be good. FlyQuest is considering junglers such as Pedro, Tattoo, Sexas, and Johnny Yukino Dang. Wait, does it say what the roster might be for Leon? A lion? Seize the throne? Okay, it doesn't really say, does it? Doesn't say. Is there any rumors? Oh, Berserker is going to be joining. Really? Wait, he's coming back to NA already? Fair enough. Trimby is coming back to the LEC. BDS. Chat, I'm not going to lie. Is it just me, or are these LEC rosters shaping up to be some fatty rosters? You got SK Gaming that's building the fucking uncle team. With Mickey X, Wonder... I don't know who their AD carry is. You've got BDS who's pulled Trimby back. You've got Carmine Corp. Carmine Corp have brought in Busio from NA. Also, quick thing to any of the NA people who are complaining like, oh my god! Oh my god! We're losing our best players! Oh my god! Do you want to go through the last 15 years of European League of Legends and how many players fucking dumped us to go to NA? Do we want to make a list? Shall we compare bar for bar real quick? Because I think we're on number checks notes 2 and you're on number checks notes 2 fucking 100, okay? So shut the fuck up. Yoinkies, ours now, okay? That's all. That's all. You don't want you want to make that list? We can make that list. But that's crazy, you know? Busio to join Carmine Corp. I actually think that's such a monstrous pickup. Do you know what'd be even crazier? Is if like SK they need an AD carry and Masu fucking joins SK and the boys just they just land in Europe. Can you imagine that like Masu joins SK or some shit? Where's Targamas going? I actually have... Sorry, I'm trying to fix this mic arm. I have no idea where Targamas is going. There's not many support... It's kind of cold in here. There's not many support positions left. Yes, I'm wearing a Weibo jacket. Yes, I am. Okay? There's not many support positions left. So, Casey's roster... Casey kind of cooked pretty hard this offseason. They signed Busio. They re-signed Kana. They have Yike. They have Kalist. And they're looking at Korean mids right now. I think some of the names were Zinni and Showmaker. If they get Showmaker, then I'm the biggest fucking KC fan ever. I don't think they'll get Showmaker. They'll probably get Zinni. But if they get either of those two, that team is absolutely stacked. Absolutely stacked. The Showmaker thing was troll. Okay, so you're the Showmaker was bait, Kameto said. Yeah, okay, makes sense. I think getting Showmaker... If they... Ooh! You know what a monstrous pickup for KC is? I don't know if it's hidden OP, but a monstrous pickup is Closer. Oh my god, if they got Closer... I actually think they'd be cooking so fucking hard. That would be insanity. But LEC is shaping up, man. I don't know where Vladdy's going. I saw a post about Heretics. Who the fuck was joining Heretics? I saw something about Heretics. Chat, who was joining Heretics? I saw a post about it. Oh yeah, Seren's joining Heretics. And then I saw a post about Na'Vi. Where's the Na'Vi one? Paris from BDS is going to Na'Vi. Slowq from KCB is going to Misa. Seren's joining Heretics. I'd rather stay in EU than go back to NA. In general, Europe is way more professional. The game is way bigger in Europe and NA is dying. Jesus. Chat, do you know what I realized the other day? Do you know what I realized? Caedrel steps onto the stage in his professional career in the LEC in 2018. He retires from competitive play in the LEC in 2020. So 3 years of competition. 2018, 2019, 2020. Faker. World's renowned god tier player. Makes it to World Finals 2017, loses. 2016, won. 2015, won. Second place. Sally steps on the stage. 2018. Absolutely downhill. Did he make it in 2018? Did he make Worlds in 2018? Or was 2018 the year that he missed it? Faker. Me. Okay, missed Worlds the second Sally steps on tier 1. 2019. Knocked out in semis by EU. 2020. Misses Worlds. Sally retires. 2021. 5 game semis against DK. 22. Finals. 23. Win. 24. Win. 25. Finals. Sadly for Faker in T1, Sally's coming back next year in the LEC Tier 1. As a coach, but he's competing. So, is there going to be a landslide? Is there going to be a fall off? Because I feel like you can see that the level of competition that I brought just made it so that there was a period of struggle. And before and after, when I wasn't there, it's absolute fucking golden roads. So, you can say coincidence or you can say fake coincidence, but the data across the last 10 years of pro play says otherwise, sucker. Alright. Also, EU's downfall was when I left as well. EU got worse as a region. Because you can take this context and put it into Europe. 2018 finals, 2019 finals, 2020 semis, downhill. It's just correlation. Coincidental correlation? Possibly. Reasoning behind it? Likely. Here it is. G2 Scrim results. G2 Scrim results at Worlds. G2 Scrim results at Worlds. Now you might think, what the fuck? Give me the rundown. Well, they went 4-1 against T1 the day before they played TES. They got blasted by TES. which is strange. They went 4-3 and 4-1 against the world finalists in scrims the days before they played their quarterfinals, and they lost their quarterfinals. Strangely enough, though, I don't know if they're just counted by them, but VKS, what is that? They went 2-6 versus VKS? What? They went 5-1 versus KT a week before their quarterfinals. I think this just goes to show that no matter what happens in your practice as a pro player, scrims, just don't let them bring you up or down. Imagine you're T1. You just went 1-4 versus G2, and G2 just got pummeled by top esports, and you have to play against AL. You have to play against AL, probably like one of the favorites of the whole tournament, and you beat them. Like, they just went 1-4 versus G2 in scrims. Bro, scrims fucking useless or what? T1 they don't give a fuck. They just rock up and just play against one of the best teams in the tournament and win. And G2 loses to the team that T1 for some reason like annihilates. Even though G2 beat T1, like this circle of like suck just doesn't exist. Because if you're like, oh, G2 better than T1 in scrims, and then T1 beats AL, but then top esports owns G2, but then T1 fucks top esports up, like, bro, I don't know what's going on anymore. Because it's like pretty consistent, you know, like here 2-1 versus T1, 2-1, 2-1. Okay, here 0-2 sure, but here 4-1, you know, they were going toe to toe. But I do think that my feeling is that teams like T1 probably think that scrimming G2 is a very good thing. Because G2 is always a little bit ahead of the meta, I feel like. It's been 2 worlds in a row where I see it, you know? Like, I feel it. I feel like G2 has got a good meta read. So the Asian teams are like, fuck, we gotta scrim G2. Good meta reads. Because G2 puts a lot of time and effort into, like, data analysis, solo queue champs, win rates, rises, falls, test them, see what it's like, give it a go. So, yeah. Speaking of T1, what is Oner up to? This mother sucker, what are we up to? My favorite thing, okay, about this whole T1 Mundo thing, and you need to link it to me. My favorite thing about this whole thing is Doran's face. It is just my favorite. It is just iconic. Link it. Link it now. My favorite thing is just is Doran's face. Here it is. Oner Mundo Champ Select Comms. Let's go to this first. Oops. I will say there's 2 funny things about this whole thing. Because the Oner is the funniest, you know. But Faker's willingness to just say, just fucking play it. Stop being a pussy, you know. Just pick it. It's game 5. Whatever. It's good here. Just pick it. It's good. Like, Oner's in his own head about, like, overthinking about it. Like, should I do it? And Faker's just like, yes. Just pick it. Just pick it, bro. It's not even hard, bro. Like, nothing's hard. What? Path like Bengi Niddly. Just farm. I think, okay, so for context, a lot of people, for draft specifically, okay? In Game 5 Fearless, when a lot of the melee champs are out and Engage is gone, right? It's very hard to draft frontline. It is just hard to draft frontline if Sejuani is out or Maokai is out or fucking, I don't know, Skarner's out. Getting frontline is very hard. So when Keria says, if you pick Mundo, you're going to free up bot, he's basically saying, if you play Mundo, who is a beef ball in my comp, I can play anything in support. Anything. Literally anything. But if I have a comp that's like Camille, Nefiri, Hui, he just can't play anything. He needs to play a melee champ that goes in. Because Nefiri or Zed or Brand jungle, they need it. But Mundo obviously bridges every support in the game. So sometimes in drafts, players have to take sacrifices to allow other players to shine. Or like, not to shine, but like, you know, to carry the game. Because if you're a red side or whatever and they have to blind pick support and you can play like Pyke or you can play like Seraphine or you can play some crazy ass support into them, it's game winning and it like warps the whole draft. So that's why you might see some people like, I don't know, Canyon, or I guess a better example maybe if you're an LR fan is like Velia. Sometimes players are just put on tanks because otherwise the comp will be disgusting. And But my favorite thing is, they can't be talking about this during the draft because the conversation is too calm. They don't have 30 seconds to lock in here. So they're pre-discussing just locking Mundo 1-2 no matter what. Like, it's just happening. Like, they've gone backstage and they're like, you're playing Mundo game 5. It's just the way it is. Faker probably watched him clear and was like, we are cooked. I keep opening this, sorry. Chat, I need the Doran cam. I need the Doran cam. Where's the Doran cam? Where is it? Where's the Doran cam? Doran cam. Best part of this whole thing. Best part of this whole thing is the Doran cam. This is them discussing about picking Mundo and like first timing Mundo in draft. He's like, you wanna? He's like, how do I don't know what he's saying, but he's probably asking like, how do I clear my camps? What do I do on Mundo?
뱅게 니달리처럼 가야 되는 건가?
Banging Italy.
그러면은 바텀도 좀 풀이 많아지긴 해. 진짜 쉬워. 몬도 하고 너무 안
He is
박으면서
this
해봐,
emote
그럼.
right now.
안전하게 해도 되잖아.
형, 너 파밍 잘하잖아.
W만 알려줘. 이기는 데미지 강하고.
Guys, it's game 5. Worlds
정글링 알려줄게.
quarters.
그 6마리
are-
중에 이 찍고 1레벨에 그 5마리 맞춰.
기다려봐. 이거는. 저거 이거 들어가서 읽어봐야 돼 저거.
It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get so inted.
적당히 간 보면서 쓰는 거야. 풀피해서 쓰면 안 되고.
반피 아래? 반피 조금 아래.
I'm getting inted. Also, this clip, man, I remember this clip from the finals when he was on HLE. I was like, bro, maybe I do want to go bold, you know?
엄마 너무 사랑하고 저 힘들 때마다
It's worth going bold.
고마워.
네, 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Maybe I do want to go bold. Maybe I do want to go bold. Some people like they took the clip of me saying in January like, if T1 win Worlds with Doran, I'll go bold, and they're like, wow, Caedrel is such a Doran hater. But two quick things. Number one, I feel like I was the only Doran defender for the last 3 years, and I was so disappointed so many times that I got flamed by everyone for defending Doran. And the second time is, you have to understand that that clip was long before this year. You have to understand that I covered the LCK for many years, and Doran was this player that would just go from top team to top team, and things would just go wrong. It was almost like he always just kind of fell over at one point during the year, and the team just didn't get back up. And whether that was late in the year or early in the year, he was on so many crazy teams with like insane names, and Doran, it just didn't work, and like the same problems just kept happening. And the reason I said that in January is because that was his year to date. He had the most insane players over so many super teams, and it just didn't work. But this year, he grew into one of the best tops in the world for MSI. I think at MSI he was fucking insane. I don't know what happened. It just like, you said it in November last year, not January. Okay, in November last year, he changed into this crazy player, and now. Yeah, ever since the Krugs incident, that was it. Ever since the Krugs incident, he turned into a player that I'd never seen from him. Doran, from my perspective, was always a player that just didn't have the confidence. He had the skill in the games, it didn't matter, but he didn't have the confidence when it really did matter. But it was at that point that he just had a level of confidence that made him look like he is going to fuck you up in these games, and he's going to fight for the trophy, you know? And I don't know how he got that instilled in him during his time at T1, but I would say outside of like specific game qualities, this was the biggest strength that Doran has had or has learned this year as a player. That yeah, I don't know where that confidence comes from. I don't know what it is. I definitely think you can zoom in on a lot of clips and be like, this is where he got it, this is where he got it. Like the Krugs and him dying to Krugs is like a good example of things turn around from this point on. Obviously, it wasn't the Krugs that did it. It's a good meme. But you watch the voice comms of that Game 5 against AL, and you listen to someone like Faker tell Oner and look at him in the eyes and like gaslight and peer pressure him, or whatever you want to call it, and being like, you're playing Mundo. I will tell you how to do your clear. You will play like this, and this is going to get locked in, and you're going to win the game. And you're going to listen to me, and it's going to happen. And like having someone like that next to you, who is the greatest player of all time, look at you and pressure you into playing a champion, I definitely think that that rubs off on the other players too. You know, this is one voice comm snippet that we got, that it happened in one Game 5. Who knows how many times Faker does this in scrims, or in games, or in reviews, where he looks at someone and says, stop it, do this now. Or like, why are you doing that? Do this. So you can definitely look at like the world of Faker and be like, do you put those 2 and 2 together? Doran's increase in confidence, more aggression in lane, and more willingness to like be okay to die in the lane to get extra pressure, is something that he, in my opinion, never really found. And the Doran highlights of old were like Doran outplaying someone defensively, you know? Like a great example of a Doran outplay is there was a finals game, he was playing Gragas against Zeus, I think, or some shit. I don't know if it was Jace Gragas matchup, and he survived the dive, you know? He survived the dive, he outplayed it, and like he got a lead from them being outplayed rather than him doing the outplaying, you know? And I feel like Doran's evolved into that player where he will be the one to do the thing, you know? And so I think that's one skill set that I'm really like impressed by where it's come from. I don't know. And I think that when I said, you know, are they going to win with Doran, they're going to win Doran, it was because those things never really happened. But this year it happened. So yeah, I think that's one impressive thing that I appreciate from Doran, outside of the silliness and goofiness of the memes of people saying, or, you know, the fact that he deserves to win it. I definitely think that whatever person is behind him, or whatever self-confidence he's found, I respect it a lot. Okay, sorry, side yap. That was a bit of a side yap. Here's a clip of Faker showing Oner the Mundo clear. There's also players who would never do this. It doesn't matter if Faker says do this, I think this is good. They would say no, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm gonna into the game. I don't feel comfortable. I'm gonna troll. So also, I know it's funny, but this might be like a glazing session. But this is like I mean, I've said this before, but Beryl said, you know, if you're not willing to first time something in a competitive game, then you're just you don't deserve to be a pro player. I do think that the idea of fuck it, we ball, is like the encouragement your teammates give you to be like, just do it. Just do it. It makes you feel less guilty. Whereas if you're the one to say, give me this champ, I'll carry the game, and then you don't, it's kind of like, it hurts and you feel really disappointed in yourself. But if your teammates like, bro, just pick it. Just pick it. I don't care. Just pick it and we'll win. That definitely adds that, it removes that pressure of guilt. And that's why I think that there's many layers to the whole idea of someone as your teammate pushing you to do something. It's crazy to me that... How does Faker know the Mundo clear, bro? Like, what? When did you learn that? Just tell me when you learned that. How does it... It's not like he's opened up the YouTube clear, is it? You're not allowed to open up internet stuff on the PCs. He's just... What's it? Just watch this. He's just goated with it, Rod. Anyway, a lot of side yaps going on. Yes, GTA 6 is delayed for another year. There's a lot of GTA drama going on. I saw all of it. Apparently there's layoffs or something in GTA. Or in Rockstar Games, rather. There's layoffs and like people are really mad. And people who got laid off are saying like, yeah, GTA 6 won't complete for like 3 years. It's all a bait, you know, like it's completely fucked internally. Everything's a mess. Did you see this disrespectfulness? I did see that, yes. I don't think it's worth talking about that on stream. Definitely not. It's all a mess, all that shit. Oh, there's one thing I do want to talk about, and it's Tabe. So Tabe said, on the day we play against T1, big wave from our Scrim team reminded me around 4 AM. Laukrin, don't get emotional today. Don't get worked up, no matter what. If you win or lose, stay calm. I kept that in mind the whole day. So I didn't show much emotion on stage. I was always controlling my emotions. These past few days I've met many friends, eaten delicious food together. On the surface, everything seemed fine, but inside I'm still struggling against the heaviness. I didn't dare to watch any of the videos for days, match videos for days, until yesterday afternoon, when I hesitantly clicked on the last game's clip. The moment I saw Lao Shanks lower his head in tears and burst out instantly, just like that, the year came to an end. I've learned so much this year, and next year I'll definitely be stronger. But the scariest thing is, my opponents will be too. Everyone's improving, like I'm rowing against the current. If you don't move forwards, you'll fall back. Heavy is the crown. Keep doing hard things, keep doing the right things. It's true. You slip up for a little bit, you get cooked instantly. I would love to know the collective amount of hours that they spent in Scrim games. You know how people say, you know how we always have this discussion on Western social medias in Reddit where everyone's like, the LEC has only played 40 games this year, or whatever. Or G2's only played 50 domestic games and the LPL's played 120. I would love to know the Scrim game difference between the LEC and the LCS teams and the LPL and the LCK teams. I would love to know the practice games difference. Like, can we ask T1 or Genji or KT, how many Scrim games did you play, or blocks, this year? And then can we ask the Fnatics of the world, how many Scrim blocks did you play? Those are the numbers I would love to see. Because AL is probably in the thousands, easily. Absolutely skyrocketing. I feel like G2 is the one team who I think is probably the closest. Not only because their year was the longest, but I definitely think that that team absolutely sends it. I think a big part of why G2 is successful is I think they have an insanely good staff. Insane. I think any LEC team would give up a lot to get the staff that G2 has. I think they have like a perfect mixture of staff that does a lot for that team that people don't see. Alright, what is this? 07 Worlds. This will be the last cat prediction of the year. Going forwards next year, I'll be starting a new job, so most likely I'll only be able to do LCK Internationals only. Bounded by blood and Axis. Alright, cat predictor. Talk to me. Who we got, cat? Oh my god. The cat says KT. The cat says KT. What is this? Bro, why is Faker's like nonchalant face just funny? I don't know why it's funny. He just looks. He's just looking around. He just looks so unimpressed. I don't know. And Peter's just staring at him. Do you see the post about Worlds not feeling like Worlds? Yeah, I mean, I have my own takes about that. I definitely think this Worlds, it's been a great Worlds, feels less like Worlds than other Worlds. I definitely think that. It has less of a magic about it. I don't know. What that is, I think it can be many things. But not that it takes anything away from it, but I think there's one of the main reasons. I guess there's many ways to this. I definitely agree that Worlds feels a little less Worldsy than like last year. Last year I felt like it was like endless magic. I would say the first reason is definitely no play-ins made the ramp up to Worlds very like boom headshot. T1 IG elimination series, boom, best of 5. Not having like the play-ins ramp up into like Swiss stage, with it all being so quick. We literally did one best of 5 play-ins, boom, Swiss is done in like a week and a half. Boom, we're straight into quarterfinals, boom, semis is done. There was like no break period, I guess, and the break period allows for more content to be made or something, or more teasers, or more effort in these teasers, or whatever it is. It definitely allows for more time for the tournament to breathe. So I definitely think you blink and Worlds is like gone quick, which takes away from the magic. I also think that there is a bit less, I guess, like content coverage, you know? Like I can't do tracking the pros very easily. It's impossible. I can't get on the Chinese super server. So I'd have to rely on like my homie doing it. I think time zone could be a factor. But I think that, what is this? The lack of break between quarters and semis makes it hard to catch up on previous games. I think there's a balance, you know? Like, Swiss quarter semis went by in like 2 weeks. But if you did it like last year, it's like 4 weeks and everyone will complain, you know? It's like, oh, why is there a 5-day break between this? Why is there... And that drags it out to the point where like interest drops, you know? So it's like, do you want it to be snappy, quick, and less build-up? Or do you want it to be dragged out, more build-up, and like the hype needs to be a bit more like this than like that? I think the two biggest things that I saw that people didn't like is one, play-ins, which I agree. This play-ins, how do I say? I don't really agree with the way the play-ins is structured. I don't even think it should be called play-ins. It's plural for some reason. It's literally play-in at this point. To me, play-ins has always been the wildcard regions trying to get in. And like having the two of the teams of the tournament, which could be like winning the whole fucking thing, knock each other out in the first round is just weird. I also feel like it's also weird that it's labeled like IG and T1 have made it to Worlds. And it's like, but if they lose this best of 5, they technically aren't at Worlds. Which also feels kind of weird, you know? So I feel like it just needs to be formatted a bit better for it to... Yeah, I don't know. It's like, here's our Worlds jersey! Oh fuck, we lost! Okay. Do I think Worlds should be double Elim? Yeah, 100%. 100%. The problem is a lot of these people, or like not people, I don't know, I don't want to say people, but a lot of the comments I've seen about Worlds is like, Worlds should be double Elim so that T1 wouldn't have 3 championships in a row or whatever. And it's like, why is that even the argument? Like, how are we even... Double Elim is more games and more competition. That's the argument. That's it. It's got nothing to do with fucking T1 winning Worlds or anything like that. The argument is, double Elim, it's like MSI. I keep saying this. MSI this year was fucking insane. It was incredible. It was mental. It was some of the coolest best of 5s ever. And you're telling me we can get more of that with higher levels of competition, more practice for the teams and time to improve and learn whatever they went wrong in those best of 5s so they can adapt. And we get more entertainment value. We get more best of 5s. You're telling me you wouldn't want to watch, like, I don't know, some kind of AL versus Hammerlife lower bracket best of 5? Bro, I would love that shit. That goes hard. It's just, your decision is 2 things. Do you want A, more competition, more like progression curves of teams and the quote-unquote best team to eventually come through? Or do you want more magical storylines and higher stakes? That's it. Those are your 2 options for Worlds. And I think it's subjective. You've got A is MSI and B is currently Worlds. Do you want higher stakes, more cinema, magic? Or do you want more games, more competition, like, you know? And that's the thing. I don't think they'll ever allow double Elim for Worlds, though. I just don't see them ever doing it, you know? I just don't see it. I don't see it. What I do think they should do is make Swiss stage best of 3. Now, the problem with that is that's a shitload of games. That's fucking tons of games. But I think this BO1 Swiss is bullshit. It's fucking dog shit. I love it how we're like eradicating best of 1s from domestic leagues, being like, yes, the best of 1s are going. Oh, it's Worlds, best of 1 time. Hey! You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. It just comes across as underwhelming. It's like, it's similar to the whole story of play-ins. It's like, we made Worlds, but if we lose, we're out. For the first time, Worlds is fearless, but it's best of 1. You know, it's just like, it's like, here's a fucking hard-hitting titled line that goes hard as fuck, and there's a but. Why is it? And the but is just, but it's dog shit, you know? Obviously, the fearless is great for BO3 and BO5 and stuff, but yeah. Alright, is there anything else we're missing? Yeah. Game 5, just 1, teammates left, just sipping. Yeah, classic. Katie Peter says, Keria is perfect in every aspect as a support player. The only way I can beat him is that this is my first time at the Worlds. I can use my rookie spirit. Peter is such a homie. What is this? BDD versus Faker, Zed versus Echo. Bro, how old is this video and why is it so Oh. How old is this video? When was this from? Longzhu BDD, what is it, 2016, 2017? Faker versus BDD. Ult. Hey, BDD hit everything. Oh yeah. Echo passive. Lule. Lule. What else? HLE with Doran. Aw, that's sweet. Doran was left alone and the rest of HLE went to Japan. HLE with Doran. Aw. That's really sweet. Are you excited for Worlds? Bro. Worlds is gonna bang. Worlds is gonna bang tomorrow. Alright, I want to do one more thing, and that's I want to see Zahin's abilities, and then I'm done. And then I'm done. So has anyone got the link to Zahin's abilities now? Also, the LCS is officially announced that they're rebranding back to LCS. Big W. First 10 2026 will feature 8 teams instead of 5. Okay. How is that decided then? Was? What? How do you... First 10 will take place in Sao Paulo, Brazil. 5 teams to 8. So... Oh. 3 new spots will be given to CB, LOL, LCK, and LPL. Wait, are they inviting 2 LCK and 2 LPL teams to first end?